So I've done a few rows of ribbing on top of my swatch here so that I can show you a couple of mistakes that happen often with ribbing. So here are my columns of knit and purl stitches, purl, knit, purl, that make up my 1x1 rib. Now, one of the most common mistakes is just getting the knits and the purls mixed up. So if I were to do something like this, purl, knit, purl, you can see that it would interrupt the pattern and completely break up the rib. So the fix for that is just learning to recognize a knit stitch and a purl stitch and paying attention to your work. So the purl stitch always has a bump on top of it like it's wearing a turtleneck sweater. The knit stitch just goes straight down into a V like it's a V-neck sweater. So making sure that you purl all your purl stitches and knit all your knit stitches will ensure that you don't interrupt the ribbing pattern at all. The second mistake that I see people do, it happens more often with American style knitting, it's when they forget to move the yarn to the front or the back. And I actually made this mistake myself on one of my videos for the stitch dictionary. But it happens. So instead of moving the yarn to the front for the purl stitch, we leave it in the back, come around, wrap the yarn like that, then move it to the back for the knitting, and we get this funny little mess up right there. So let's undo that. The way to prevent that is just to make sure that we move the yarn to the front of the right hand needle before you start to purl. And it happens most often in ribbing because we switch so many times in ribbing, so make sure that you move the yarn to the back for the knit stitch and to the front for the purl stitch every single time. Like that, moving it to the back again. And then the ribbing is perfect.